A very good morning, students. Let us start with our Standard 8's English Bridge course activity number 9. Now, what is the competency that you are going to learn today? आज का हमारा learning outcome क्या होगा? See here that you will be able to demonstrate a process or activity clearly. आपको कोई भी process जो रहती है, कोई भी काम कैसे करते हैं, यहाँ पे स्पेशली आज हम रेसिपीज़ के बारे में ही देखेंगे. तो ये कैसे कैरी आउट होता है, वो कैसे करना है सुन के इंग्लिश में, दैट यू आर गोइंग टू डू टुडे. सो हियर डेफिनेटली टीचर्स के लिए इंस्ट्रक्शंस है, लेकिन वो हम आपके लिए भी पढ़ेंगे. द टीचर विल गिव यू अ डेमो on familiar process or activity. Teacher will also provide you related words for the process or activity, and teacher will help you, teacher will encourage you for demonstration यानी आपको काम खुद करना है, but teacher will help you out for all these things. So now what are you going to do then? You will make collection of related words. आप जब रेसिपी बनाएंगे, सुनेंगे भी या इवन नोटबुक में लिखेंगे, याद रखना है कि आपको कुछ नए वर्ड्स सामने आते हैं तो उनको सुनना है, सीखना है. बी कॉन्फिडेंट वाइल प्रेजेंटिंग. और जब आप वो डेमो देंगे, आप वो एक्सप्रेस करेंगे या प्रेजेंट करेंगे सामने, तब आपको उसमें क्या होना चाहिए? कॉन्फिडेंट. थर्ड, यूज़ अप्रोप्रिएट लैंग्वेज वाइल डेमॉन्स्ट्रेटिंग. तो जब आप उसको डेमॉन्स्ट्रेट करेंगे, आपके पास क्या होनी चाहिए? अप्रोप्रिएट लैंग्वेज. सी, लेट मी टेल यू वेरी क्लियरली, इंग्लिश इज़ नॉट अ मदर टंग ऑफ कोर्स, बट जब हम इंग्लिश में बात करेंगे, इवन आप एज आई सेड मेनी टाइम्स, आप जब मदर टंग में बात करते हैं, आपके हिंदी, मराठी, उर्दू या एनी, उसमें भी बहुत बार हम गलती करते हैं, येस और नो. लेकिन यहाँ पे ध्यान देना है कि गलती होने के बाद उसको ही लेके नहीं बैठना है. यू हैव टू गो अहेड, मूव फर्दर. गलती होती है उसको इमीडिएटली करेक्ट करो एंड आगे बढ़ो. डोंट थिंक, डोंट कीप ऑन वेटिंग, रुकना नहीं है वहाँ पर, जस्ट गो ऑन एंड ऑन. सो हियर नेक्स्ट देखिए, आपको यहाँ पे यूट्यूब की एक ये दी गई है यहाँ पे लिंक, बट इन प्लेस ऑफ दिस मैं आपको एक दूसरा वीडियो बताऊँगी. व्हाट इज़ दैट? सी, डिस्कस द प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग भेल विद स्टूडेंट्स. भेल कैसे बनाते हैं, इसका वीडियो हम अभी देखेंगे.
Colorful snack. Ingredients: 3 cups of puffed rice, 2 medium potatoes, boiled, peeled, and chopped into tiny cubes, 1 large onion, 1 large tomato, half bunch of coriander, all finely chopped, 1 green chili pepper, 1 small bowl of tamarind chutney, 1 small bowl of mint sauce, a mango grated, and some sev and papadi to garnish.
Now see, आपको इसके ingredients बताए गए हैं. You can see the list of ingredients here. Puffed rice, that is your churmura, potatoes, onion, tomato, coriander leaves, chili, tamarind and imli, then mint sauce, pudine ka sauce, kachi कैरी, raw mango and some papdi and सेव for garnishing. garnish यानी ऊपर से हम उसको डेकोरेट करते हैं वैसे. Now next देखिए है आपकी
Method. In a large bowl, mix the puffed rice, potatoes, onion, tomatoes, some sev, coriander, and the green chili pepper. Add couple of spoonfuls of the and the mint sauce and mix it. The secret to a nice bel is to mix it really well. Now plate the bel. Garnish it with some sev and papadi and top it with some grated raw mango and serve right away. Doesn't that sound yum?
So here इस तरीके से हमने देखा how to make भेल. Now ये देखने के बाद वो आपको क्या करना है? सी हियर, आपको और 2 डेमोज़ में बताऊंगी कुछ चीज़ें बताने के लिए, लेकिन इस तरीके से आपको क्या करना है? देखकर, सुनकर, खुद भी वैसा डेमॉन्स्ट्रेट करना है, डेमो करना है. नाउ नेक्स्ट देखिए, आपको यहाँ पर बताया गया कुछ और कि फार्मिंग प्रोसेस ऑफ फार्मिंग क्या रहती है, यानी खेती कैसे दी जाती है, इसका एक छोटा सा वीडियो मैं आपको बताती हूँ.
Is first plowed so that the soil gets mixed properly. The tool used to do this is called a plow. This activity also removes all the weeds and other unwanted plants from the soil so that the crops that we want can grow undisturbed. We can also use another tool called a weeder to get rid of weeds in the soil. After the land is prepared for farming, the seeds are chosen. This depends on the various different characteristic features of the crop, like the water requirement or the sunlight requirement, compatibility with the climate, etc., etc. Now, once you've decided which crop to grow, then the sowing is done. That's when you put the seed inside the soil for the plant to take root. It's very important to time your sowing right so that you get the harvest at the right time. It's also important to bury the seeds a little far apart from each other so that they don't interfere with each other's growths. It's also important to sow the seeds in the soil up to the right depth. After the seed is sown, it's time to take care of it as it grows, providing it with nutrients and water regularly. Actually, the process of supplying water to crops in agricultural areas is called irrigation. And without it, the crops would just simply die. It's important to give the crops an adequate amount of water at the right time. As you keep seedling slowly into a big plant that we can use. But once the growth phase is over, it's time to harvest. Well, harvesting is when we remove the parts of the plant that we can use from the field. Harvesting is done with a tool called a sickle. It's a handheld tool with a curved blade that is used to cut off the part of the plant that we need. For example, when we remove all the wheat grains from the wheat farm, we're actually harvesting the wheat. The part of the plant that we need, or the wheat grains in this case, happens to be the yield. After harvesting the crop, the yield is generally moved to a storehouse. So if you think about it, the food that ends up on your plate has probably traveled through hundreds of kilometers, all the way from a farm to a storage facility and then to a market and then finally to your house where you eat it after cooking. Enjoy every meal.
So here we have seen the activity or process of how to farm. The second is how to make mango pickle.
It's actually really simple to do. She uses Now let's see how to make the recipe. You'll need about 5 cups of idli rice, which I will be washing in water for about 2 times, and then I'll be soaking this for about 2 hours. After 1 hour, soak urad dal, which is about 1 cup, and wash this and soak it for about 1 hour. So it's been 1 hour, a total of 2 hours. Now I'm going to add the soaked urad dal in the grinder. If you have a grinder, then this recipe is going to be really easy because the urad dal is going to be grinded for nearly 45 minutes. Grinding the urad dal for about 45 minutes actually gives such softest, fluffiest idlis. Now I've started the grinder and I'm going to grind this for about 45 minutes. I'm in the midst of grinding urad dal. It's been 30 minutes. Dal grinded the entire mixture, and you can see how fluffy it is when I mix it. You can see how fluffy the urad dal mixture is. Now next I am grinding the soaked raw rice. And this has to be grinded for about 15 minutes. This is the consistency you will need, and you can see it is not too smooth. Now in a deep bottom vessel I'm adding the rice flour mixture, urad dal mixture, and you can see how fluffy the urad dal mixture is. Mix everything well, and I'm going to leave it to ferment for about 8 hours. So this is after 8 hours, and you can see the whole mixture has become really fluffy. I've made idlis in a basic idli vessel. So yeah guys, that's how simple.
So here हमारे तीनों recipes देख के हो गए. Now see the next questions are, first one, in the process of farming, what comes after plowing? Plowing करने के बाद यानी ज़मीन खोदने के बाद क्या step आती है? You will watch the video and write it. Then while making mango pickle, what comes first? मैंगो का अचार, आम का अचार बनाते वक्त सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं? And then in the process of making idli, which ingredients do we use? इडली बनाने के लिए क्या क्या चीज़ें लगती है? See, all these three answers are very easy and you can easily write them in your English British course activity book. That's it for the day.